Okay, hello friends. How's it going? Hubert, thank you. Warfinger, hello. Thank you. Colin, gracias. Nitos, not the last stream. Not the last one, no. It's not the last one. I'll still be doing streams for a little while longer until my wife needs more help and around, obviously. So, and then yeah, we're moving, so you can actually see so we're here. Bunch of totes again. So yeah, it's a busy time. But yeah, we've been keeping pretty quiet about it. Weagle, thank you. JC, Captain Mal, Cherry Waves, thank you. Yudir, hola. ¿Qué pasa, wey Ray? Hello. Ru, hola. Muchas gracias. ODM, hello. Hello, Matt. How are you? Thank you. Thank you so much. Nihadoid, hello. Bakri, hi. How's it going? It's good to see you all. Happy Saturday. It's it's actually a beautiful day out. We didn't do much today. Just ran errands. Actually, I went to see an apartment. It was nice, but it's a little smaller than we anticipated, so it is what it is. Still looking. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy month and a half ahead at least, and then obviously busier later in the fall, I would say, for family responsibilities. But I think the next like month and a half will suck, just like adulting wise. It's like we have to, you know, unpack, move, rearrange, refurnish everything, right? So it's gonna be a pain in the butt, but so it goes. All right, so let's get right into today's build. So we are doing two things. First, we are checking out so I actually brought out the Tofu 60 because KBDfans sent out the Tofu Pad. So it is an addition to their existing 3.0, I guess, line of Tofu devices. And that's going to be the 60%. There's a 65, there's a TKL, and now they are releasing a numpad. And so it's to go with that same line, right? So you can find the Tofu Pad on several links, including KBDfans, I think Geonworks, Divinity, and some others. But yeah, you can find your options in this link over here. Can we see some of your artisans? I mean, you're seeing some of them here, but yeah, I do have like some other stuff too, obviously, but I can show you in a bit. Is that okay? Okay, so let's unpack our stuff. Got a little battery, so I believe it's Bluetooth compatible as well. If you get the BLE compatible PCB. Got screws, daughter board. So they have the top mount plate silicone pieces, and then this is if you're deciding to do like the little like gasket mount. Forest brake stickers, they're including them now. That's pretty neat. And then they have hardware. Gam, hola, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Then we got our aluminum plate, I think. That seems like aluminum. Yep, that's black aluminum. I mean, yeah, black aluminum plate. Looks like layout wise, it is this way. Supports pretty much, actually this one is regular support, regular numpad support, so it doesn't have any of the splits. Then we got inner foam, if you so desire. Hope to see you in KeyCon. We are hoping to attend. Obviously, barring any, you know, health concerns or scheduling conflicts or other like anything that could pop up in the meantime. You know, I will be, you know, we'll be attending KeyCon, but you know, I will be like more so attending to you know, my wife and whatnot. So but yeah, we'll be there. And there's the foam, plastic piece for, I think maybe for, oh, it's tape, I guess, sort of. I think it's tape. And then there's like the plastic sheet as well. Then we have our PCB. That's our PCB. So as I said, this one is hot swap, and this is the BLE, so Bluetooth compatible one. Has the 5-pin pogo connector mounting for the connection, and then layout wise, it's pretty much standard numpad plus one key on the right top right corner. So standard stuff as far as that's concerned. And then let's get the pad here. So I'll move through the pad pretty quickly because it's a very simple thing to do, and then we can move to the other build, which is well, to the actual build rather, which is the EC Dolphin with DynaCap parts that I'm building for a community member. All right, so it's just a little cloth. So it came in red, and I actually did not specify the color. They just sent out the red one, I assume, because they had sent out a red tofu unit before. So something to note is the red is obviously anodizing baths every time you do them is slightly different. So as you can see, the tone of this red is different from the one that they had sent previously because they came out in completely different batches. So this one has a slightly more this one has like maybe like a slightly more orange leaning red, like a more vivid red, and then this red is kind of like a more matte and not, I wouldn't call this dark red. It's still a red, but it's deeper hue wise. This one, I think it feels heavy, so I think this is actually copper for the inner weight here. And then we have a fairly plain back. It's a nice combo. So actually, if you want to compare this to the TKL, I have the TKL here. It's unbuilt, but the TKL here I also have to compare. I think it's similar. It's actually probably closer to the 60 than the pad. But we'll see. Actually, let me see. Let's see. So if we compare the color combination, actually it's closer to the pad than it is to the 60% red. But it is basically 3 different hues of red. You can kind of see, right? So we have like a more red orange. This is more like a regular red and a slightly darker red. The cool thing obviously is that these pretty much match perfectly, which is pretty nice. That said, the pads are meant to be like companions, kind of like separate to your normal keyboard setup. It's for like, you know, just data entry work if you want to do that, or you could use it as a macro pad maybe. But yeah. Is that the Tofu TKL? Yeah, this is the Tofu TKL, which is unbuilt. That's the Tofu 60, and then this is the Tofu Pad. So I built I built these two at separate times. So they all come from different batches of anodizing naturally. So as you can see, they are distinct color reds. Okay. So yeah, that's that's that. What is this? Hello, hi. Do you feel betrayed, Nine Walker? From the news. I kept so quiet. I had my reasons, okay? I had my reasons. Many reasons. Feelings among other things. Yeah, it was complicated, to put it simply. So yeah. Obviously, like, people who like saw me like at meetups and stuff knew, or like IRL just in general. But yeah, I definitely kept it quiet online, generally speaking. Yeah. The whole server has baby fever now? No way. Who in their right mind has a kid these days? You seen the prices? We'll see how it goes for us. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting, nerve-wracking at the same time. But you know, here we are. Okay, let's put this away for a sec. And let's get this built up. So, where's my? So I'm actually gonna skip stabs today because I just found some stabs that I had lubed before. Hopefully they're okay still. I'm not sure. So we're just kind of getting this done quickly so that we can move on to the next part of the stream. Do you know how much baby food goes through the Strait of Hormuz? I don't know, man, but I'm gonna clog the Strait of Hormuz with diapers and random baby gear, I guess. What 60 is there on the desk? It's the Tofu 60. It's a Tofu 60. Brought it out on purpose so that it's next to the pad. But thank you guys. You surely have enough keyboards to feed a baby for 10 years. Yeah, I mean, I'll prune as we go. I mean, I'm generally, yeah. All right, let's. Oh, that's Torx actually. Well, it came with its own screwdrivers, didn't it? I think just use the ones here, right? Baby gear definitely a Hasselblad. Why would a baby gear definitely be a Hasselblad? Why a Hasselblad? Sounds expensive. I don't have to be opening this right now, but I'm gonna open it anyway because I just want to see how it all fits. Because they need it. You have to cross it with a stroller first. So we're so torn on what to get, honestly. Oh, this is very tightly screwed on. I guess to prevent things from coming off in transit. Are you going to get into custom strollers now? Hopefully not. I heard that the whole baby thing is pretty crazy. Like the whole market, the family gear market stuff, it's full of like, oh, you gotta get this super huge quality of life improvement. I mean, that's it. I mean, things of this kind has actually gotten so much better, I've heard, like in the past, 10, 20 years. But still, it's a lot, right? So yeah. Okay, let me check this actually. I'm pretty sure this is actual copper. I like my strollers with suspension. So funnily enough, there are strollers with suspension. It's important actually. If you're like in a city, it's pretty important. Yeah, there is consideration like that actually. Like I'm not even kidding. It is like the whole part of the thing. Like there's different strollers for different reasons. There's full strollers, and then there's like, oh, I see, this is blocked by that one too. By size essentially, because there's like the full size ones and the travel ones, the different weights and all that. I believe it. Yeah. It's a whole thing. Okay, there's 2 more screws there. Oopsie. If there are mega stores for baby products, I'm sure it's expensive. Yeah. We actually need to go shop around to try things out. We are not very. I can't say we're prepared. So, like, it's not like it's been in the plans to shop for these things for a long time. So we knew it was coming at some point. Oh yeah, this is actually copper. That's a pretty chunky weight, actually. Are you checking if it's high quality copper? I'm just checking if it's actually copper. So if you go to the Tofu Pad website, there is copper colored aluminum as a weight bar option. So this could be copper colored aluminum, but this is actually copper. You can feel the heft. So yeah, if you want a lightweight version of the pad, there is a lightweight version of the pad accordingly. So yeah, I was not even joking. Door stopper? Yeah, kind of looks like one. You'll be fine. I don't know. Nervous. Excited. Nervous. Nervous. Excited, but nervous. Okay, hopefully these tabs are fine. I'm just gonna put them on. I'm sure it's fine, but they're just to use. So. You will need a Hasselblad for sharing your pics with the grandparents. You know that you can't actually share pictures with your grandparents because the file format is like stupid. Was it the file format or whatever, the Hasselblad color science BS? And essentially, it's not like a normal JPEG. Like, you need to convert those files into essentially JPEGs, and that's a whole ordeal with Hasselblad. It's really dumb, but it's a thing. Because it got infinite number of bits for color depth and maximal perception. So you know, and so it has a proprietary file format that you can only use with Hasselblad stuff. And so yeah, you need to convert it to a normie format for other people to see. Notice how I type Hasselblad. I see. Yes, I need to be the one cracking those jokes. I am ready. I am officially certified to crack the jokes now. If you can tame a dog in Minecraft, you can raise kids. I have never tamed a dog in Minecraft because I don't remember playing Minecraft other than in vanilla, like when it came out, and maybe a few years later after that. Are your parents excited for the little one? Yeah, of course. Yeah, they are. They're excited just as much as we are. Okay. Oh, this plate's kind of tight, or this switch is, their switch housing's kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it was a switch. Okay. Well, if y'all need some face masks to help relax, I'll be glad to bring y'all some at KeyCon. I get discount working at Sephora. Oh, thank you. I think we should be fine, hopefully. But yeah. No way, it's the Diego at this time of day. Yeah. Oopsie. I dropped the switch. So we can officially call you Daddy Diego now? Awkward. Are you okay if people call me Daddy Diego? Just shrugged. Shrugged about it. This is how it is. Whatever. Don't care. Daddy D. God, no. This is very strange. Make it stop right now. Daddy Diego does roll off the tongue better than Papi Diego or Papi. I do not want to. Do not do this. So strange. So weird. Alright. Nice and easy. Tofu pad. So let's see. Where? How? What is the battery situation here actually? Let's see. So let's see. Let me get our DB. Papiego. Sounds like papillon or something. Try to not be sus. Keyboard build challenge failed. Okay. So DB goes here. Wait. Yeah. It's kind of okay. Interesting. And then yeah. Okay. I need. Assuming these screws. Okay. So 2 screws here. Oop. All right. Battery is here, but where does it go? Did I miss a connector on this? I feel like the compartment is that one. So there probably is a little thingy for it, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. Here it is. So there is a battery compartment underneath. So you just sort of like plug in the battery here first. Then we take off our adhesive. I guess the easiest way is just to stick it first and then put the screws for the DB. Oh, hi. Oh, does he want to be here? Okay. Oh, he's hungry. Can you? Kiwi, come here. Oh, does he not want to? I don't think he wants to. Yeah. Can you put it on here? Kiwi, come here. Yeah. Oh, good boy. Hello. Look. Hello, Kiwi. Hi, Kiwi. Kiwi came to say hi. Oh, you're not very... You look like you're about to bite. Oh, static. Front camera is out. Oh, good boy. Do you want to go? Do you want to see what I'm doing? he wants to go. Bye. Oh. Okay. Bye. Oh, it's his food time. Okay, okay, okay. I'll feed him. I have to feed Kiwi, apparently. So, ha, get it? Apparently. Sorry. Give me a sec. Sorry, it begins today. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go feed Kiwi real quick, okay? I'll just leave it on this so that you can maybe hear it, but I don't think he's saying anything. He ate some dry food. Oh, okay. Okay, one sec. Okay. So I'll get Kiwi's food. Kiwi, you hungry? What? Okay. Kiwi's hungry. Okay, Kiwi. Hungry? Come on, Kiwi. Kiwi, come here. He didn't say much. What's up? Okay. I know. Alright, we're back. Which ones? The honey ones? You want a plate? Okay. US New York have keyboards and artisans want Upper West Side penthouse, says Mason. Pretty sure, say we afford a down payment, we get ruined by the fees like less than half a year in. I think financial ruin from the fees. It would be so bad, so expensive. Or worse yet, Kearney. Oh wow, this is magnetic. Really sticks together. Okay. Alright, did I do this on top mount? I can do top mount on this. Where are my little silicone thingies? So, silicone pellets for the little top mount screws. Actually, well, they technically fit onto the top case. So this is the same as the Tofu TKL. They just sort of... Oh, actually, wait a minute. They do fit there, right? Yeah, okay, they do, yeah. Okay. Actually, can they just fit onto the plate? I think they can. Yeah, okay, oh, they can just stay on the plate. They can grasp onto the plate. So there's only 4 screws. Fairly straightforward. And slap it on like that. And we got it. Now we need mounting screws right here. Good night. I wish you 3 the best. Oh, thank you, Possum. Hope you're feeling better and stuff. If you need to like chat or anything, you know, feel free to reach out. All right, fairly straightforward. For top mount screws, there is also these pads on the PCB that allow you to do gasket mount, and so those would be using the little gasket mount pellets here, like they're the silicone pieces here. That's for the mounting. That's also an option, but for now we're just going with the just a simple top mount. Okay, now if I recall correctly, the Tofu Pad, I mean, sorry, not Tofu Pad, the Tofu in general had some concerns over resonance. So this time, they've actually included some tighter K-silicone feet for the feet that would fall off on the TKL. This time they don't, I think. They're better friction-wise and fitment-wise. And then there's force brake stickers. They just kind of go between the 2 pad pieces, the case pieces. So these guys you can just unstick and stick on right on the screw hole area. For the bottom piece is the easiest way. You can do it on the top piece too, but it's pretty hard to access, so just use the bottom piece for that. Just do that. Better but not good. No worries. Hang in there. You know, we're here for you. We're here for you, man. And yeah. It's sometimes it's I've learned over the years how kind of important it is to be vulnerable and to reach out. So if you need it, you know, just anytime. Anytime. Okay. Why does this feel so extra for a keypad? F it, I guess. I mean, it's cheap. It's easy, you know? It's not too, it's okay. I think I like the consistency between all of their entire line of products. So I like that they revised not just the 60, but also they made a TKL. They did everything. So I think that's pretty nice. Oh, so I don't know what I'm doing. We just put on the bottom case. Okay, so just kind of goes on like that. Already see the light come on, probably from the connection being made. And now put the screws back on. You know what? I'm gonna actually swap the screws here. I think I got 3 more here, so I'm just gonna swap them. I didn't like how tight they fit on this assembly, and they're the same size as these other ones. So Probably just some gunk in the screw holes. Okay. Hi, what's the lifespan of one of these keyboards? Honestly, like, I mean, there's keyboard kits that have been around, like, what? I mean, if you think of like the IBM stuff, that stuff has been around for like 45 years, 50 years or whatever plus, and they still work. But honestly, it depends on how well you take care of stuff. Like they can last forever, really. It depends on whether you like wreck the internals and whatnot over time. But I mean, I guess, yeah, like it could be up to 10 years, really, realistically, I think. Congrats on the Mpreg. Someone's congratulating me for becoming a seahorse. I'm in the Omega verse, says Lamp. Lamp knows. Lamp knows what's up. Lamp knows. Six months, it becomes obsolete when the new hype keyboard comes out. To swap keyboards when I'm bored. Yeah, Drew is correct though. It depends on your usage of the keyboard, and it depends if it has replaceable parts. There are keyboards that have proprietary parts, so to speak. Like they are kind of limited in the sense that the runner has access to those files, but once it's run, it's sort of like, you know, not super easy to get access to them. Oh, I see. There's thinner. Oh, I see. There's thinner. The bump-ons come in two different styles. There are thinner ones and thicker ones. I tend to prefer thicker bump-ons for these, especially like the flatter ones, flat-ended ones. So I'm gonna put the thicker ones on here, actually. So actually, it kind of stands on the desk, and even if it sinks onto the desk mat, it doesn't sink with the whole bottom side of the case. Vintage. Lamp, my colleague at university calls me Unc because I am 10 years older than any of them. Yes, by current definition, I believe this is true. If that's the case, I've also been called that a lot. So, yeah. Wait, I think it looks like I didn't screw it on completely. So let me just double check the screws here. Okay, there. Taking that one, and this one too. Maybe? Yeah. Okay. I received an Event Horizon like 3 months ago. Haven't even unpacked it. I know people who can relate with you. So don't blame yourself for it. You'll get to it when you get to it. You know. Once you find the motivation, it's fine. Don't feel bad about it at the moment. It's all good. All right. So pad is done. I'm actually not sure how to work the Bluetooth thingy. Maybe it just shows up if I turn it on. Oh, is this on? Oh, that's on. Okay. Would I be able to just do Bluetooth connection on this? Let me see if it shows up. Tofu Pad, BLE. Oh, cool. Connecting. You're done. Okay, connected right away. But now let's see if it works actually. Oh, it actually does. Okay, cool. Wait, there's baby lightning keyboards, but that means my man. What are you doing? The fact that the two reds don't match bugs me. Yeah, I mean, if you bought these separately, that it doesn't match is kind of bothersome. Yeah. So I mean, I think to be safe due to anodizing batch differences, I would personally suggest get black, silver, etc. Right, neutral colors. Those are much less likely to be so different, right? So yeah. What color? I mean, what keycaps should we put on this real quick? So I started to look for answers. Oh, wait, hold on. I found 3 of my old iPods. I think I'm going to refurbish them and sell them to Zoomers because I really am an uncle, don't mind being one. Yeah. I bought a super cheap one from China. I love it, but now it's starting to fail, says Chikome-san. I am now trying to figure out if I should, as you mentioned, get replacement parts or just get a new one. I think for the cheap ones, replacements are actually more expensive than to replace the whole thing. So it'll probably be cheaper to replace the whole thing, FYI. Just because the parts are like they don't make standalone parts for you to just readily buy, especially if it's already cheap as a kit altogether. This can happen in mechanical keyboards too, but because like the parts, like spare parts, are hard to get. So yeah, just check both, and you know, sometimes it's just easier to replace by replacing the whole thing. Yeah. What I got is not to my liking. Yep, that's totally fair. It happens quite often. Yeah. Yeah. I'm silver swapping keyboards. That's totally fair too. Started to look for answers, got to a stream about the hobby products, and hobby end products. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Welcome, Chikome-san. Alright. Hamon Easy. I actually think Hamon didn't have a numpad kit back. Oh, it did. I don't think I bought it. I should have. Maybe I'll put like Burgundy or something on this. Let me bring that. I think I should have Burgundy. Give me a sec. Wob? I mean, Wob works too, but I have Burgundy, so let me bring that. Okay. I got Berg. It's a darker red actually, so maybe not. Well, it gives contrast. Gives contrast if you so desire. Right? Let's just move on with it. This is meant to be a quick showcase of the pad. I guess the quick part is that it works and that it is Bluetooth compatible, which is pretty. Actually, I think that's really convenient. The fact that it is Bluetooth compatible. Back in like, I don't know, 2017, 18, I feel like this would not really be a thing. In custom mechanical keyboards, like wireless stuff was not really to be found. So I like that we've kind of reached a point where we have even the option these days. So So that's kind of cool. Yeah. So let's see. Put an origin on this. Maybe I'll do this one. There it is. Very nice. Numpad typing test? Yes, we can actually do that. I think there's a, isn't there a numpad mode on, is it monkey type? It's one of the fun box modes, I think. You can do a numpad typing test. Why did it? There you go. Let me make that this. How dare my molded plastic not perfectly match my anodized metal? I use my numpad to tap normally like a rotary phone. Like this. Yes, to type 9, it's like kind of whatever. Go all the way around. Let's see. Fun box. I think it's this one for the numbers. And how does it's enter for the next one, right? Okay, cool. All right, we can do this. Cops, yeah, it's Jover. Oh, sorry. I think someone's getting a work related or some business call. Okay. Okay. Let me set this up. So, would this view be? Oh, that's nice. Okay. And let me set up the microphone here. Maybe like that. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. A keyboard without a step caps lock and LED isn't a keyboard. Wow, that's a very snobby take. Agreeable, but snobby. Nostalgic, yeah, nostalgic. Yeah. Okay, let's give this a shot, shall we? So we have the Tofu Pad built with roller V2 switches. These are factory lubed. They're very smooth. I actually really like these roller V2 switches. They're long poles, but I think they do feel and sound pretty nice. So, okay, that's plugged in, so that's good. Yeah, let's just try out a little number typing on this. All right, maybe I'll just do 60 seconds is good. All right, here you go. Oh, chatter? No, it's me me making mistakes. Terrible. It sounds like a nav cluster. Yeah, okay, it basically does. Yeah. And I guess I'll just go over the keys. So, you know, it has some resonance actually without on top mount and without any kind of foam and whatnot. This was actually the case with the Tofu TKL as well. So you do expect some resonance. There is some amount of room in the case, and there is like kind of like a good amount of physical contact between the top case and the bottom case, even with the force brake pads. It does help mitigate some of the resonance, but there will be some remnant resonance in there. Personally, it pretty much sounds like most numpads do to me. At least most standalone aluminum numpads kind of sound like this actually. And so for me, this is not outside of the norm. And also it kind of depends on how like hard you're like typing, you know, using it. But like for regular use, this is actually okay. KBDfans should make a Rama-style, super rounded, high-end keyboard called a Tempeh. Yeah, sounds like a numpad. Yeah, it sure does. I'm just an idea machine. I know. Koopa with the upgrades. That's the next big goal of 2027, right? Once I'm washed and retired, someone will make these amazing ideas and they'll become real. Maybe we'll see new designers. Yeah, new designers come to life. You know, and then you know, yeah. I can't turn this off. Koopa's 5.7. Are we there yet? I actually don't know what current version of these are now. But okay, so you know that's the pad. It's as simple as it gets, and it seems to work pretty well. Bluetooth, actually, the connectivity of the Bluetooth is pretty much immediate. I had no issues pairing it. It was pretty much pairable right away. There is a switch on the numlock section, actually between numlock and the 7 key. So right now it's flashing because I disconnected it, but there is a little switch there that you can access, maybe using little tweezers or like a spudger or something like that. You can just turn it off like this. So on the left that's off, and on the right that's, you know, on. So pretty easy to, you know, connect or disconnect. You can also connect it with a wire, of course, but a pretty nice numpad nonetheless for your setup, if you like a numpad. We can talk briefly about the price point. As you can see, it's $135. I think this one is the red one. If you do actual copper, so let's say red, copper, wait, hold on. Oh, there's a price change. Doesn't quite say there. Selections will add 120, 112. Oh, I see. So let's say single mode or dual mode hot swap PCB, alu black. Let's say no foam. Okay, so does it start at 125 or let's see, let's add it to cart. And then, so Tofu Pad, yeah, 125 for basically the setup I have. So it's not bad. 125 for a numpad. I think a lot of numpads are in like the, like, you know, they can be as cheap as around $100, I think, for custom numpads for the MOQ they go for, and they can be as expensive, like it's like 200 plus. They can be pretty pricey, depending on who's selling it and the quantity that they're making. So kind of depends, but I think it's a nice accompaniment for work reasons and whatnot. For most setups, but it is the same angle as a Tofu, yes. So you can actually like put it next to it, and it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same like angle. It's slightly taller because I'm using like slightly thicker bump-ons on this. This Tofu came with slightly thinner bump-ons in the prototype, but if you look at it here, it's the same angle. Yeah. So this is nice. This part is nice. So it's like a nice, aside for the Tofu series of stuff. Oops. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Late to the stream, but congrats, Papi. Super stoked for you. Thank you, Mick. Thank you. You've been around along the way, man. Thank you. It looks really steep for some reason. I mean, what's the typing angle on this actually? I forget what the Tofu was. Typing angle wise, it is 9 degrees, so it's actually pretty steep. It's not it's actually a steep-ish numpad. 9-degree typing angle. Let's see, for options it says top is alu in anodized, E-coat raw. Bottom case is alu copper stainless steel with different textures. Top mount and PCB gasket mount, 1.6mm PCB. There's solder dual mode hot swap, and then alu CF PC FR4 plates, and then the weights can be colored aluminum or copper. So yeah, currently on GB until the end of this month, May 29th, so about 1 month total. They opened it on April 29th, but my unit arrived a little after, so that's why I'm doing this now. But yeah, ends on May 29th for the buy if you're interested. Heading out, have a nice remainder of the weekend. You too, Possum. Take care of yourself. Have a good night, actually. I think you really gotta like Tofu line to get at that price. That's kind of fair. Yeah, I mean, I think it's there for the people who want the option, right? I think like a lot of people nowadays don't get numpads, right? So it's like if you really need that separate numpad option, then yeah. And yeah, you have to like Tofu line, of course, yeah. But I mean, nothing wrong with a wedge, in my opinion. Like, it's as simple as it gets look-wise. So no harm. I do think the revision of their Tofu line was pretty good. Overall, like overall, it was very good. Like this 60 is really nice to type on. Yeah. So I will leave it here, and we can proceed, I suppose. Actually, let's put our numpad in this view, maybe just like that. That'll be our little thumbnail for this part. Maybe I'll split it later. Okay, so let's get to the next part of the stream. So a community member sent out their board for me to build in EC, actually. So I got a bunch of these DynaCap parts from them. So we'll be trying that. I actually don't know how it's gonna turn out, but whew, we'll see. I've never done DynaCap with like custom stuff outside. I think they did like Blue Ridge but I haven't done anything since then. I think it's been a minute. I didn't buy into the like spare parts for the, like that they sold through like OmniType and whatnot, and so we're gonna try this out. Okay, so take out PCB and plate, and then they sent out the 60-65% DynaRed colorway domes and springs and sliders and whatnot, and then I think this is the TKL add-on 625 wire because that's what they want, and lube pen as well. Cool, we can use that. So let's open this. They sent their MX build already on, so the build is actually going to go into this board. So this board that they sent out is the Linworks polycarbonate bottom Dolphin that ran, when did it run? Just like 2023 or 4? Actually, I don't remember when it was, but it was a while back, right, when KLC and Linworks were doing a lot of stuff together. So this is the PC Dolphin. It's a nice polycarb bottom. Pretty nice board. Actually, I really like this board. One of my favorites. Sandish mount, so on the stiff side, but yeah, pretty nice. I think this has MX clears. MX clears. I think that's our favorite switch. So. Okay, so let's transition into this build. So actually, I can just put the board away for a sec. And let's get all of our other stuff. This is a client build? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, so Sipulot PCB. I think that's just the EC-TKL PCB that they have. Has a USB-C. That orientation should work. This is a plate cut through the plate generator and done with this, and then made through Hype keyboards. Nice red anno. Pretty nice. It should line up with all the screw holes here. It does seem like it's fine. I I'm not 100% sure on all of this, right? So I hope we're not getting anything wrong, but it looks good lining up these parts. So far I think so good. Okay. Yeah, so they sent me the 60-65, and there's the, I think this is the add-on parts. So they sent one new housing pack, one new slider pack, and domes. I hope, I'm gonna open everything up and see if there's everything here. Yeah. So actually, let me check OmniType's website. I checked earlier, and that's what the add-on stuff was. DynaCap. Let's see, collections. So there is the 60-65 DynaPack, and then this is the 75% TKL DynaPack add-on. Buy with 60-65 DynaPack. So that's what they sent. I'm assuming these come with the springs too, right? Details. Or is there enough springs in the pack? Usually. Oh yeah, they come with 120 gold springs. Okay, so it should be good. Right. Alright, so it should be sufficient. Very nice. Ooh, I've never seen the official packaging for this. Very nice. Cool. Okay. It's gonna be a long one, so brace yourselves. sliders and wires, sliders, step sliders and housings, conical springs, domes, so more domes, and then 1U sliders, more housings. Housings, more housings. 7U wire. We're not gonna use it today. Silenced? Yeah, probably. I like that they don't use plastic in packaging. That is actually true. It's nice because you can just recycle. That is actually quite nice. Okay. So I guess I'll keep the plate. So we will start with housings, right? I think it's big brain to do EC on Dolphin. The stiffness is just right for it. I agree. I feel like toe bridge, because especially like on the real force, you're basically using like a steel plate. This is using an alu plate, but then doing EC, right? So I do think it'll be nice. We'll see. I mean, it's my first time doing this too, with all this new stuff. So I'm kind of excited to see what it turns out to be like. So yeah. And I haven't really tried other people's stuff. Okay, sliders, domes, screws, sliders and housings. Okay. Have my knife here. Okay, so that's for, this is for the spacebar. This is for the 2Us, so they come in packs of 2. So first, just open up everything. Just make sure we have everything that we need. So there's 2. I'm gonna need one more, right? Wait, no. 2, yeah, and spacebar. That's right. Okay. So that's all we need for that. We have the wire here for the 625. Oh, very nice packaging. Look at this. This is nice packaging. That's pretty sweet. Okay, we got our 625 wire. Okay. Very nice. 2U housings, bone. Oh, I see different. Oh yeah, we need the housings too. Meili, hello. Who were the first people you told after you found out after the big news? I mean, obviously our parents, our respective parents. So they were the first. And And then my brothers, and then only started telling people in general now, actually. Organized like a little gathering with like friends, close friends, here in the city like last weekend, and that was because, yeah, like it was time to tell them, basically. But yeah, recently. So, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys all know, but people tend to tell others after the first trimester, because the rate of miscarriage is much higher in the first trimester. So usually once you pass the first trimester, you're like, after some testing, you're kind of close to golden, and so it's much safer to tell people. Like if you tell people right away at the beginning and something bad happens, right, then it can be pretty sad and very, very difficult for people. So yeah. And congrats, thank you. Very clever pun intended. Thank you. Baby on the way? Yeah. Good morning, Dad. Just read the announcement in this one. Congrats, thank you. Thank you so much, Shonies. Okay, so it looks like I don't need gaskets or anything like that, right? I just pop in the housings and get to work. Okay, alrighty. Let's get to it. So, 1 new housings first, I guess. So just pop them in on the plates. Ooh, kind of a, there we go. As long as the plate is 1.6, no gaskets needed. Aha, thank you. Yeah, it is standard thickness. Oh, 1.6, you said. Did it run out of battery? It's very low. Okay, barely visible. Okay, yeah, we should be good. This is a hype plate? Yeah, it's a hype keyboards made plate, yeah. What's the red 60 on my desk? It's a Tofu 60 3.0. The most recent Tofu 60. Oh, tight. There we go. Okay, I'm taking lots of notes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll actually shoot you a DM, Ninewalker. Okay. So for fitment of these guys, so if you kind of have a hard time, usually it's because the alignment. So the only parts that hold the little the housings is those two tabs. There's tabs at the back and tabs at the front. They're like little tabs that hold onto the plate there. So just have to make sure the alignment of the square part is right, and they'll kind of go through easily. But if it's not right, it kind of gives you some trouble, but otherwise it should be good. And it looks like hype here actually, it's actually, this is pretty nicely done. Like you can kind of see that the top and bottom edges have a slight give here to the cutout, and so it's helping the sliders, I mean not the sliders, the housings go in pretty easily. So Either whether it's from the, I'm not sure if it's from the plate generator, strictly speaking, or from on hype keyboards aside when they made it, but the it looks like it's the fitment is intentional here, so it's done quite nicely. That was an adjustment that hype added. That's very, very good. Very good. Very smart. It's definitely super appreciated for quality of life. Because it can be a little tough because you're pushing against two opposite tabs. It can be kind of rough. And also you don't want to shave them so fast in case you like have to take them off. So I want to rebuild my Dolphin. I put 55 gram browns on it that I don't really love, so maybe a good chance to try EC conversion. Yeah, could be. You have the Burgundy one, right? 9. I love that color. I personally, I think that was the best Dolphin that they released. That color, so good. That series, that specific like line, there was like lavender, the burgundy, like bean suit matching burgundy, and I think there was another. Was it just those two colors? But yeah, they're great. Yeah, that one's so good. ¿Quién va a ser padrino del bebé? I don't know. I don't know. We're not really religious, so I guess honorary whoever. Probably one of our close friends. I assume. Ay, güey. No mames. O sea, wow. Epsilon, hello. Oh, ¿habla español? Nah, nothing to do with religion. It's about the money the baby gets for birthdays. Babe, do you hear? We need to get a godfather for the kid. Get money for birthdays. Hongbao 2.0. Hello, this is my godfather, and his name is Sirius Black. Hopefully not. Just came out of Azkaban. Okay, so there's a whole process, right? You put the housings on, and then I think the next step, personally, that I would do is lubing the housings. So in Topre, you don't lube the you don't lube the sliders, you lube the housings for that. Oh, so, oh, I see, yeah. Okay. Yep. So there's these rails that the sliders fit onto, and so you typically lube that. You can use a brush. I sometimes enjoy using these, where are they? I have these little micro applicators, or for like makeup and other things. You can find them on Amazon for like, they're cheap. They have a nice little like small surface area, like cotton head sort of, that doesn't fray as much, and it's easier to apply that to those slider rails. I mean, not slider rails, housing rails. That ends up being a little bit easier in my opinion than a brush. It also kind of leaves less of a like a goopy start or a goopy finish to like when you use a brush, you kind of like, you know, that first touch that you do with the brush, it's gonna leave a little bit more lube, and then you have to like sort of spread it, and so the applicators kind of prevent a little bit of that, I would say. So it's a little bit handier, I think. So I prefer those. So okay, so for the housings here, I did 3 because this is a 625U plate, and then there's gonna be our 65U wire. So the 65 wire is gonna be here. So you skip these guys. These are the stabilizer housings, and then you do for the rest. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys noticed that I was like streaming less, it was definitely a mix of just kind of being busy, and I mean, for obvious reasons. And I mean, it's also, to be honest, the volume for keyboard builds has been much lower. That's the reality too. Okay. But I do still like building stuff, so I will still be taking builds moving forward, so it's not a problem. It's mostly, honestly, the streaming part is the toughest part. It's a lot of time to plan and do it. Yeah. Okay. So these are the 2U housings. So these I typically prefer with a little 2-clip portion, so that's where the wire goes. So the wire sort of clips onto here and sort of like goes like that. I prefer this part, this vertical, this horizontal, long horizontal part facing down, so south facing. It's just like your MX style. Prefer that, so you can do it for all of them. It also lines up, so another thing you'll notice is it lines up with the screw holes essentially here, these cutouts, these circular cutouts here, with some of the screw holes that you'll find on there that go through the PCB as well. So just you know, kind of use common sense to line that up. Hello everyone, I'd like to ask where I can download JSON for the Dolphin EC. In the bad place. Go Jax. Do you guys ever watch The Good Place? I love that show. Such a good show. And then same for the stab here. So, well, actually, the stab ones, let's leave them out because we have to insert the inserts and the wire all together, so the wire clips onto these housings as well. So we're gonna leave those separately. So sliders, wires, right? So now the housing part is done. So the next part is gonna be lubing, and so we can start with the We can start with the one use, and then we can do stabs, and then we can do the rest for the dome and whatnot placement. So for this part, I'll actually grab my... Oh, spacebar wire is north-sided? Oh, is that right? Oh, it's north-sided for this. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see now, yeah. Okay. Huh. It can go both ways, but it'll have less interference. I think you... Yeah, it should be okay both ways, yeah. But yeah, north facing would be easier, yeah. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think either way is fine. So I do like using these applicators personally. So I'll just grab a couple of them because I do have to switch at least one of them in between. So I have some 2.5 here. I know that there's a pen for it, but I think it's just easier for me to get it from here. And so we're gonna lube with we're gonna do 2.05 for the lube on the housings. I think it'll be okay. Just do a very light single pass on the rails. So just get very minimal amount of grease on this. Very minimal. Basically barely. There's a little fuzz here stuck. Yeah. So let's just go. So there's rails here, so you can kind of see. There's a rail here at the corners, and then there's another rail at the corner here. That's where the slider will go. So you just I just do a single pass like that, and then the other side. Sometimes I do two if it feels like the loop didn't quite go on there. But as long as it coats an even and very light coat, it's usually more than enough. Okay. It looks like this applicator is kind of old, so it's kind of breaking. So probably just brittle, because some of these are for like makeup, and so like they're kind of brittle plastic. It's very cheap, and they sell like 500 for like nothing. I just keep track by putting my hand on the other side of the slider. So this part is going to take a little while, right? So this is the part we can like chat about whatever if you guys want. You know, I like announce stuff and people are like, I had a few people drop DMs and be like, I don't know, does it mean you're like retiring? I'm like, no. But if you're selling those, I'm like, I'm not retiring. But I mean, taking a break. You'll definitely need the extra time. Thank you. I mean, yeah, I mean it's really to focus on the people, right? And you know, I'll also be taking a leave of absence at some point. So yeah, gotta maximize our bonding time. Make the best of it. I'm nervous. I think anyone would be. But I got some good insight about how, like, there's really never a perfect time for it. Like, are you ever ready? I don't think that there's an answer to it. I don't think there really is. Also, it's not like it's that easy in terms of there's people who are, you know, obviously have a harder time for many reasons. So yeah, I don't know. I'm grateful. I'm very excited. I'm nervous, obviously, based on like where we live and what you know, the world we live in. Obviously, I think that's more of a generational problem or a generational concern. I think like the whole, like, is it the right time for the world? But I don't think there's a, you know, people. I always think like, oh well, if my parents could do it, you know, it's like, why can't I? During a difficult time or whatever it is. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm excited. Jersey keyboard influencer? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'll let you know when it happens, okay? Sure. When it happens, you can grill me for that one. Yeah, not yet. Jersey keyboard influencer. Hey man, there's actually a few keyboard people in Jersey. I think what's his name? Scott Keyboard, I think, is moved to Jersey, right? Or moved back to Jersey when he moved back from Korea. I think that's right. I think Sam Pack is over there. Yeah. Are they gonna let you cut the cord? I don't know. Don't ask me these questions. I don't know the answer to them. That specifically. That kind of stuff. I'm sure I can, you know, stomach it fine in terms of like procedures and whatnot, because I did start with a medical background, so I'm not like foreign to it. But you know, still very different when it's you and related to you. Like I talk to my friends who obviously have kids and whatnot, and they're like, yeah, the first time you like feel that they're sick or like, you know, like anything can happen, it's like you like really lose it, like emotionally, and you really like feel that, right? It's very different when it's about you and when it's about the people you love. So I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm nervous. A lot of people have been very kind and saying like, you'll be a great dad and all that, but like, first time, so scary. Which one between Staten Island and Jersey? Jersey? Easy answer. I think. Yeah, I think so. Jersey is big. There's very, very different parts of Jersey, but if I have to pick, I think, yeah, Jersey. I have friends in Jersey and they're doing fine. But yeah, I think the answer, I think for me, it's kind of more obvious there. To be honest, I don't know. I would have to do the research, but I think that's by my hunch. I think Jersey probably over Staten Island. just based on my background and my and whatnot. So I think it suits us better. Hunch is correct. Thanks. I lived in Staten Island for a year. Not recommended. Yeah, I know a friend who worked there, like full time. Like he was going there every single day. So yeah, he was like, I'm not sure if I'll live here. I was like, oh really? Why? And then he would tell me. And I was like, oh, it is a very different place compared to the rest of like New York City boroughs, right? So yeah. If they do let you cut it, it's very strong, so you have a strong hold and grip. Wait the most, so your baby gets the most mother cells possible. Huh. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Yes. Get the most mother cells possible. Don't get influence from dad. Dad influence bad. DynaCap sliders, housings feel a little less smooth than OEM, I think, when I'm lubing them. But they're kind of close to their feel, the way they feel on lubing. I mean, honestly, not sure until you do it with the actual sliders, but they definitely have a little bit of like grittiness to them, kind of like OEM for sure. OEM also isn't perfect. I've seen some worn ones, but yeah. Clever always said he designed it with a bit of scratch. Okay, I see. It's kind of like your it's your what is that? It's your MX blocks situation, perhaps. The black housings feel great with the factory dry lube. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a little bit of scratch. I don't think, because Topre is essentially a dome-based system. Honestly, I feel like some bit of scratch kind of adds to the like tactility aspect to it. So I don't really think it's that bad. Okay, we might have to swap one of these thingies soon. We're on to the third row now. Oh wait, fourth row, I guess. Home row, I guess, if you want to be more precise. Home row for QWERTY. Actually, for most typing, I think. Less than box, just a smidge. Okay, got it. Cool. I think that's okay. Also, we are lubing with 205, which is a little bit heavier than, so I tend to use Tribos 3204 for a lot of my Tope lubing for sliders. I mean for you know, for 1U. I do use 2.5 for my stabs, but for the 1Us I tend to use 3204, which is a bit lighter. So using 2.5 should kind of match that closely. But I think a lot of the texture really comes from just the finish on the material. So I've always hated scratch on switches, but I love it on Tope. Oh yeah? I mean, well, if it's a linear switch, it's very different, right? But yeah, I mean, I think for tactility, like yeah, it adds to the, it adds like a fun depth sort of to the switch. I think it's fine. I think people tend to shy away too much from slightly scratchier switches. But yeah, like even for myself, for like Cherry MX, it's like I don't love extremely scratchy switches. Like some people are like, oh, I just do dry. Like I just don't. I do stock MX Browns or whatever, and I'm like, no way I would do that. No chance. No chance I would run stock MX Browns personally. Like I've tried nice ones, but yeah, it's not for me. I know since MX2A came out, they ended up being pretty good out of the box, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Yeah. Ooh, that's too much. Or like people who do like stock springs on Cherry MX, I was like, not on Cherry, like Gateron, yeah, maybe, or like even most other not Cherry MX brand switches, but like Cherry MX stock springs are so bad, so wildly inconsistent. So yeah, no. I guess these applicators are kind of old. I bought them years ago, so the ends are like slightly brittle. They're like very thin, cheap plastic, and they like taper at the ends, so yeah, they kind of bend easily. I get dry cherry to lube them yourself, but running stock is demented. I agree. Yeah, no chance I would ever run them completely stock. Like I've tried like the dry lube ones, like RO59 TMKT or whatever, like the old school method of dry lube with RO59, like from like the Korean way that some people have suggested before, and like I enjoy it somewhat, but like if I had to pick, I don't like running dry lube or like stock like switches for Cherry MX stuff. It's kind of gratingly loud as well. It's not, I don't know. It's okay, but it's not ideal for me. Don't prefer them super like heavy wet lube or whatever either, but you know. Okay, basically down here. last one, I guess. Okay. I think I got all of it. Right. So 1U, and then let's get the stabs done. So let's start with the 2Us. Okay, so for the 2Us, the wire is the most important part. So for that, I can actually use a brush. I'm not sold on the R59. Tried it on Dyna, ended up lubing the houses anyway. Too rally for my taste. All right. Yeah, cause like the wet lube does kind of add a bit of viscosity, right, to the overall feel, and like a little bit of friction for sure. So yeah. Yeah, I do know people who really like it too. Oh, so actually before we get started on the 2Us, I think one thing I would suggest is, so we are going to be using the silencing rings. So where did I put those here? So we can place those in now. I like it for browns. Oh wow, okay. I guess it's smoother version of the of stock, I guess. So yeah, it really works for some people. If anything, I think browns are more appropriate than the others. Okay. So there's these silencing rings. I'm gonna just place them on the 2U side of these housings. Just a little easier to not have to worry about it later, in case I forget. What's your favorite durometer for O-rings? It depends on the size of the board. I think for TKLs, probably like, actually I'm okay with like, I should know, a little stiffer for TKLs, like 70, and above, even like 90 is fine, 98. For 60%, I'm okay with 58. But 78 is also pretty good. But 58 actually has been pretty okay with me for 60%. Yeah, like unicorn stock type of deal. Yeah, for TKLs I prefer slightly stiffer. Might be because I prefer like the top mount feel. So yeah. So a big source of rattle for Toper stuff, EC stuff, is actually from the stabilizers. So my recommendation is get the wires lubed. You can be a bit more generous with the lube for wires. So you know, I just grab a brush here. In my case, I'll apply a little bit on the housing, just on the surface where it's gonna sit, the wire. So the wire kind of sits on here. Just a little bit is fine for this part, just so that it kind of doesn't sit directly just on the plastic. Just a little bit is okay. On the side here is fine. So that's good, just on the face. And then for the wire, you can kind of lube it just like you would for the MX stab, where you don't have 206. I don't. I use 205 for everything. I have so much 205. So 205 has worked pretty okay for me. So I use 205, but I go a little heavier on the 205 for Toper wires than I would for like an MX wire, because it becomes a big source of rattle here. So basically you want to prevent the ticking noise coming from the wire striking the housing, and so I'll kind of apply a even but noticeable coat of lube on both sides. Sometimes for this part, I do prefer having a slightly finer brush because it's a little easier to manipulate this. So just, you know, it doesn't have to be an extreme amount, but slightly thicker, just so that the lube actually coats the wire. Okay. So that's that, and then I like placing the wire in first onto the housing, so it kind of hangs from the housing like this, and then you can either use remnant lube on the brush. You can just clip it right on, but I just like touching the clip area with the brush here, and then just aligning it up with this portion. You can use your fingers, or you can use like a spudger, for example, and then clip on the wire from above. So boom, like that. So pretty simple. You'll be testing it anyway, so you know. But I think for Topria, you can be on the more generous side than not. Again, I like applying just a little bit on the housing. Just a little bit. It's not even like you can't really see like a color difference or anything. Just see sort of like a sheen from the grease a little bit. And then grab a wire. Oh, I should redo my commands, right? My build command. Oop, okay. So again, slightly more generous for EC wires, but even coat, I think it's important. Even, but slightly thicker coat, just so that the plastic, as it touches the wire, it doesn't create that noise, extra noise. Obviously, for those people with bigger hands or bigger fingers, it can be hard to manipulate. So obviously, if you want to use like a pair of tweezers or pliers or whatever, like something to hold this from the middle part, it will make your life a lot easier. So in my case, I can do this with my hands here, so I can do that. Place it into your housing, hang it from the housing, and then again, just line it up against this portion here, and just clip it on. Boom, done. So just rinse and repeat. So it's 4 times for the stabs. And then for the spacebar wire as well. So a little too much loop there. Just gonna spread what I have on my brush. Again, slightly thicker application, not too much so that it starts crossing, like cutting corners essentially. Just enough for that it doesn't create extraneous noise when it hits the plastic parts. Okay. That's 3. Excited to see what HKB does for the 30th. Yeah, it's this year, right? I saw the emails, the ones in Japanese that have like meetups organized all over Japan. And I guess no one really knows what's gonna drop, what's gonna happen at those events too. So they'll reveal stuff, I assume, for the 30th. I'm pretty excited to see what they do. 30 years is quite a long time, so hopefully it's something cool. I hope it's like I don't know. I hope they do think of their fan base and see what happens. But yeah, it'll be nice. Who knows, man? Maybe we all get a HG official release. Super expensive though, especially if it comes with those like urushi. Right. I mean, I don't think they would re-release anything. They would probably do like some kind of reprised version of it, right? HE with centered legends fire emoji. I'll switch those to blanks. Thank you. I'm okay. I've slowly sold off all my MX boards except one since I tried Toper last year. That's crazy. How the turntables. But also, it's funny you say that because it's actually not uncommon to hear about like people, friends, other people that I know who do this, who just switch to Toper forever. So I'm not terribly surprised. Yeah. Okay, so so this wire gets clipped onto this housing, sort of like this, and then gets inserted into these stems. So what you're gonna do, basically what we're doing is applying lube onto every part that this wire is gonna make contact. So I start with the insert. Just apply an even coat, just nothing to like fill up that entire space is fine because the wire is gonna have lube anyway. And I don't really like putting too much lube on the sides, but you can just maybe do a little dab of it. That's fine. And then just kind of so it's a little harder on these because these kind of fall right through. They don't have a stopper for it, so you can just put it on like the surface that you're working on. Maybe if you let them fall out, and then maybe what you want to do is loop the surfaces where the wire can make contact. So it's gonna go kind of like across like a U shape. So you just want to loop the surfaces where it's gonna make contact with the wire. So just all around the periphery there is fine. Just an even coat is more than sufficient. That's good. So again, put the little insert there. It's kind of upside down like that, and now same thing, kind of like lubing an MX stab. You want to lube any part that's going to make contact, so you can be a bit heavier in the lube on the end of the wire, on the inside part of the wire, so that it doesn't make rigid contact with the plastic. It's gonna the lube moves around a little, right? So you don't have to apply too much. It's gonna move a little bit anyway. So you don't have to be excessive with it, but you can be a little bit on the heavier side for that. But yeah, just kind of like this is good. So maybe put a little bit here, a little thicker end to the wire here, the loop. Okay, and then so this is the tricky part. You kind of want to insert the wire through the loop here and then clip it on. Oops. Actually, I need both hands for this. So just line up the insert slider housing, and then just sort of clip it on like that. Oh, so it's gonna rotate out, right, if you let it go. So you just want to make sure it's in place. So it's gonna like pivot like here, like this. So that's good enough. So now we go ahead and prepare the other side of the space bar. So again, just a light coat of lube. It's good. Just do the parts that make contact. Again, grab a bit of lube and lube the insert of the stabilizer. Okay. Just sort of leave it like that. And again, grab some extra lube here for the wire. Coat the wire evenly first, just on the parts that will make contact with the plastic. And then, oops, so this wire is already starting to pivot away from where it should be because of it has just a free open surface there, so I'm going to cover it with my hand. So I just kind of coat it with lube here. Okay. And again, so kind of need two hands here for this, so just have to finagle it around. I think I prefer just to maybe, you can, when now this part is like this, I'm gonna just hold it like that. A little hard to demonstrate because I need to put it close to my, like close here so I can actually see where it's going. But basically you raise the slider slightly and insert the wire and then clip it on to your housing. Okay, so that's done. So now your stabilizer for the spacebar is done. So I was told north facing should work. Looks like clearance is good. So you just kind of evenly place it on and then press it onto the plate. And that part should be done. Okay. All right, so that part's done. So now the next part is putting all the sliders in and whatnot. So I will open up, push to open. Do I need to? I need to still open these from here. So it has a label on here, so I'm gonna use my knife. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. So I need to cut this part too. Which part is the open-ended? Okay, this is the open-ended section. Wait, what time is it? Oh, 7:30. Wait, give me one sec, guys. Okay, so I have a little change in my schedule right now. So I actually don't think I might finish this today, but I will get as much of it done, and then we can probably have to resume on a different time, maybe tomorrow. But yeah. So what I'm gonna be doing though, the next part is actually like it's tedious, but it's the easy part. Is you just put on the silencing rings onto the sliders. So you just got to do it for all of them, right? And then you just put them onto the housings. But yeah, we had a little change in plans, so I probably have to leave in maybe like half an hour, a little less actually. So I'll do some of it, but I will probably have to wrap up the rest some other time. I apologize, but I only have so much I can do here with my schedule. Okay. So Ozymandias, thank you for the message. Thank you so much. LFK, hello. I'm actually not gonna finish this today, LFK. I'm gonna do part of it. I'm like right now I'm at the slider part, but I don't think I'll finish the rest of the build. So, because I have to go soon. You know, dinner and whatnot. So yeah. But thank you for dropping in. I don't think anything's missing. But I'll probably have to finish this some other time. Maybe tomorrow, actually. Yeah. I'll probably do it. Do it on stream. For the rest of it. I did have to get the Tofu Pad done early today. Because the buy for that is ending pretty soon. But other than that, I'll be doing the rest of this next time. Can't you clod the rest? No. Maybe I'll have when I am looking forward to the day that my kid can do that. Because, you know, as they say, the children yearn for the minds. Just kidding. Whenever the earliest is. Okay, so you kind of get the idea, right? So these sliders just kind of go into these housings after the silencing rings here. So just kind of like that. And so you kind of, you know, whoops, I dropped them. I didn't think that they would come all the way out. What? Oopsie. Okay. Okay, there's one here. Alright. Well, you get the idea. Clearly, I'm having a skill issue now. But I'll put them here for now. And we'll continue the rest probably tomorrow. Yeah. I'm just gonna put these aside. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'll probably have to wrap it up here, just the change in schedule. But you guys kind of get the idea of how this works. It will have to be a part 1, part 2 sort of thing, as I have to go. Fortunately, I couldn't budget the time here. Let's see. Okay. All right, my friends. I'll probably have to close it up here for now, but we got plenty of it done. I'll be doing the rest of the maybe before the next stream. I'll just put all the silencing rings on. So whatever's left is just gonna be domes and springs, and then putting the PCB together, calibrating the PCB, and putting the build, getting the build done. So I guess I'll keep it at that. All right, folks. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you so much for stopping by. I apologize for the interrupted build for the second part here, but I do have to go. Let's see, is there any stuff going on? I don't think anybody might be live right now. Keyboards, I don't think I see. Who's here? Oh, Godson is live. Okay, we can throw a raid over there. If you guys want to see him build a GSK TGR PC 910, that's the one that recently released. I think that's the one that just shipped, so you guys can check out a build over there if you want some classic, more typical cherry mix. He's still doing it, right? He's still live. Yeah, Godson Designs. Alright, my friends, thank you again, and thank you again for all the kind messages. Really appreciate all of it. But yeah, I'll still be streaming and stuff. I'll probably be like doing stuff through, I guess, through part of summer, and then in the fall I'll be dipping out for, for good reason. I did say I will be like selling a bunch of, selling or giving away a bunch of keyword stuff. So expect me to post a bunch of like, protos or like stuff from before that I've done, keycaps and whatnot. yeah, if you want anything, just and once it's listed, you can like hit me up and you can reach an agreement. Like, yeah, it'll be like a part, like a fraction of MSRP or something like that. It's fine. So yeah, I'll post details on that later, but until then, yeah. Okay, folks, see you later. Take it easy and have a good rest of your weekend. I might see you again tomorrow to finish this build, but until then, I'll see you later. Okay? Bye. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your Saturday or Sunday.